How do you brief your instrument approaches? Approach plates, like the ones published by Jeppesen, pack a great deal of diverse information into a small area. As pilots, we pick and choose the order and manner of how we brief these items. Any good approach plate then will present information in a way that flows with the pilot's normal process for briefing elements of the procedure. In order to best support pilots, Jeppesen has spent a lot of time over the years thinking about how briefings are done and designed their chart publications with this in mind. This is Dan from FlightInsight, partnering with ForeFlight on a series of videos highlighting the Jeppesen chart products and how they integrate with ForeFlight Mobile to make your instrument flights safer and smoother. In the 1990s, NASA set out to study how exactly pilots were briefing their approaches and mentally organizing all that information with the goal of making recommendations to update the traditional instrument approach plate. The study found that pilots organize approach information into categories, like communications or obstructions, just to name a few. By categorizing items on approach plates, we pilots can reduce the often overwhelming amount of information on them. Instead of treating every individual item as being completely independent, we organize them by similarity, making it easier to call up a particular item in our mind when needed. 1 year after NASA published its study, Jeppesen unveiled their updated chart formats, implementing the study's suggestions and promoting a more efficient and safer workflow for IFR pilots. First and foremost is an overhauled instrument approach plate. The updated approach plate groups elements within the same category together, like frequencies, minimums, and missed approach sequences. The signature feature of the Jeppesen approach plate is the briefing strip, designed to guide pilots step by step through their briefings with a natural progression from top to bottom and left to right, with minimal back and forth needed. The briefing strip contains all the major mental categories identified in the NASA study, all in one place and in the right order. It's the pilot's easy-to-read, one-stop shop for briefing information. It wasn't just approach plates that got an update thanks to the study. Jeppesen airport diagrams give them more preeminent information such as frequencies the same standout presentation they got on the approach plate. There's no need for the pilot to look in different places for the same information. Frequencies show up similarly on both the approach plate and airport diagram. Crucially, the airport diagram includes alternate and departure minimums. There's no need to have to switch over to the terminal procedure publication to find the standard minimums for using alternates or for instrument departures. It's right on the Jeppesen taxiway diagram. Departure and arrival procedures are also optimized for efficient and safe flight. Most of the Jeppesen SIDS and STARS plates are drawn to scale, just like approach plates are. This provides spatial awareness of how far apart fixes along the procedure are, where obstacles and terrain are in relation to the flight path, and, when paired with ForeFlight, allows for geo-referencing, showing aircraft position along the procedure, as well as the ability to overlay the plate on a navigation chart. Again, just like we see on approach plates. Within ForeFlight's plates view, flight binders are the perfect way to organize and access Jeppesen charts during a flight. Just like Jeppesen products themselves, similar charts are grouped together in categories, like airport-specific charts and chart types, and the binders have a natural time-based progression working from top to bottom. Rather than having to pull up individual plates each time, binders makes it easy to select only the charts you need on a given flight and then move between them using 3-finger swipe or tapping. Over the next few videos, we'll be relying on this binders feature to introduce more about Jeppesen charts to you. We're going to take a deep dive on these publications, starting with approach plates, then looking at airport diagrams, and ending with SIDS and STARS and en route charts. Finally, we're going to be putting everything together and building an IFR flight together using ForeFlight and Jeppesen to show just how our workflow and briefings can be so much smoother. As the very first aeronautical charts ever developed in the 1930s, Jeppesen has a heritage nearly as long and legendary as powered flight itself. Their global library of aeronautical charts and documents, painstakingly built from thousands of data sources, provides pilots with a consistent and familiar format no matter which country they fly in. But it's because Jeppesen charts align with how you as a pilot actually think, by organizing information in the most optimal way to help you access it in stressful situations, that makes their method the industry standard for commercial and business aviation. It's for this reason that I'm looking forward to sharing the benefits of Jeppesen to the general aviation community as well. See you in the next videos.